don't understand. Even the Templars are. What's going to happen?
Thank you for all that you are doing to her.
Master Dennett's horses are a fine addition to our stables. I will see they are well tended.
Let us begin.
To work?
Let's see what we have.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
This could help us.
Chargers! Stand down! Prim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you can make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Nicely done. I hear you're looking for work.
I am. Not before my drink, though. I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have him check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards and city watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth it, damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operation. The Canary want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tevinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Nothing to report, sir.
Gotta admit, I wasn't expecting to find so many vids here.
I remember the first time the dead walked these lands, when a blood mage poisoned our leman. The ashes of Andrastia herself brought the Arl back from his enchanted slumber.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
Grandmother, I think we should go.
Go. In the middle of the war.
We will not see now. Would you hate me that much if I were a maid?
My God, no. Maker, no. I would love it.
Nothing to report, sir.
I'm pleased to hear it.
We should be getting more refugees soon.
Do you think we should let them into the village?
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
Are you running
Yes. We've many injured. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
There are refugees at the crossroads.
Of course they would. These attacks... But if I go to the crossroads to help, I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
The Inquisition honors the efforts of all. Help the refugees, and we will ensure...
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I'll see you at the crossroads soon.
Inquisition. Thank the Maker you came. Tell me you're here to reinstate the circles and end this madness.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Hanley Dervain of the Cumberland Circle of Magi. I heard of your miraculous survival at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and I am so honored to meet you.
Thank you for your time.
It's been an honor.
Have you heard? The Inquisition dealt with the rebel Templars. A discerning
Of course.
It's not just that. I heard about the deaths too.
What do you need?
But look at the sky and those stories about all that magic
Ah,
and the
Senna,
conflict.
my darling.
They're not but stories, dear.
For the first time
Rabbit
in all
does not
these
flee its
years,
burrow
I
when it
fear I
hears
will
the
not
wolf
be
prowling
visiting
about.
your ashes.
Now is the
What
time
world
to stay
is it?
close to home.
That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
What if I took flowers to your...
I never expected anyone not of the blood to care. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the table stones. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Chantry will step in soon enough to put a stop to this foolishness.
You should talk to Her Majesty. You're the rightful heir to Red Cliff. Never take that away just because you're a mage. It's not your fault. What happened to it?
Every ocularum is made from the skull of a tranquil.
Every school was... No, done thinking about it. Done.
I had hoped they were safe with the rebel mages. I see that I was mistaken.
I had wondered where they had gone. I should have looked harder.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago.
That's me. The boy with Redcliffe's blood on his hands.
If I were you, I wouldn't have set foot in Redcliffe again unless I was dragged in chains.
I had nowhere else to go. When we closed the circles, every city shut its doors to us. There was nowhere else to go. I hate it. I can feel the blood on the stones, even if I can't see it.
Why isn't Arl Eamon in power anymore?
After the Landsmeet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the Ferelden Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter.
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That Magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude. This is my home. Redcliffe, Ferelden. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Tevinter here.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium, we have to find a way.
Greetings, traveler.
Good day.
May it be with you. A fine day to you.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by... Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most...
What makes your ram...
Well, he's always brought the family luck. And his advice...
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Your ram...
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard him, he's likely at our family's old summer cabin. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak...
If you find...
See? What did I tell you?
Thank you.
They say, make us feed you, my child.
I am Sister Tanner. May I help you?
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corrin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
Let's see. Impersonating a sister, smuggling, dishonoring chantry robes. I can think of more if you like. Or you could put your skills to use for the Inquisition.
And you'd keep quiet? Nobody else has to know?
That will depend on how honest your efforts are on our behalf.
All right. I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer...
Nothing to report, sir.
Goodbye!
Lord Woolsey, I presume? A young man named Jimmy would very much like you to return home. Ah, good.
conflict has been hard on the people here.
Thank you.
I do not suppose you found my Senna's shrine. I know it is a long way to go.
I cleaned Senna's shrine.
After all the long years. Thank you. Thank you, friend.
Right. That's why.
Good day.
You all right, sir?
Long day.
Good day.
Greetings, traveler.
Yes?
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Can I help you with anything?
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like... The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Canary's?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the...
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull... One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big-horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is it strange to work for Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shields stay. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasroth, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to... He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing...
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
You sound like you want to head down there.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping. Inquisition's already too large for that. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
The Inquisition has done all right, sir.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction, a group. Once you've sealed the breach, it's gonna be time to make decisions. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass.
You think?
It could happen. It... How's it going?
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the queue. Just... I don't... When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why specific?
This may surprise you, but also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mind. That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about...
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the re-educators who take people, and then you've got the spies.
And you're a spy?
Close. I am now. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter. And in the middle, me. Trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoy...
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the... I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Obviously you made it out.
I wasn't sure I would, but I honestly... The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais. That's how I ended up here.
Thanks for the information.
No problem, Bob. Anyway... How's it going?
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
You writing a book?
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
What you've heard was most... All right. What do you want to know?
The word Kunari.
Both. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talvashar, deserters.
What about Kunari who...
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they...
Have you seen the horses Master Deneth sent the... Inquisition? They're magnificent.
Better than what you ride in Arthur. Oh, you know, boys never change.
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
I survived. Nothing to crow about.
Nothing to crow about? Do people normally fall out of the sky where you come from? The Breach, the Divine's death, the Wardens. It doesn't make sense. There's so much we don't know.
Already feeling like part of the team, I see.
Too soon? I thought we were building a rapport. So, you already know something of me. What about you? How do you fit into all this?
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say where I fit.
I guess we'll have to figure that out. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers. I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know...
The Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not...
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden, and the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for... Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact with other Wardens for a while.
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
So you have no idea where the rest of the Wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over, and orders don't change much from day to... For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary. As you wish. Inquisitor?
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Why did you...
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that... Because they lay down their lives for those they have... We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Ferelden?
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
I hear that many Wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
What did you do before you became a Warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a Warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden, the life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
We can continue.
Very...
Was there something you needed?
A scout in the hinterland saw the herald of our trust there. Said he seemed ready to stop them.
When will you be able... When they're ready.
Yeah. Picture of what a circle.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
You seem to know...
I met her a long time ago. I'd just returned to Val Rayo. We've been friends ever since. And that's all I'm saying. I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your...
More healing drafts for you, revered mother.